Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hey, we're back. This is a really awesome little podcast, man, that I'm really excited to just talk to you guys about, man. We're going to be talking about the original Superman, okay? We're going to be talking about George Reeves. I know very little about George Reeves, man. Obviously, because I'm a Christopher Reeve fan, so therefore I'm going to know more about that Reeve compared to the Reeves known as George Reeves, alright? And obviously because George Reeves' Superman is in black and white, and Christopher Reeve had his Superman, in color, and it was just amazing. Obviously, it's one of my favorite movies of all time, and I'm a huge Superman fan. And obviously, I also have, Tom Welland's Smallville, and then Dean Cain with The Adventures of Lois and Clark. So there's a whole bunch of Supermen that have been, I guess, preoccupying my mind, and I never had an opportunity to really get into this George Reeves Superman, okay? And just a little bit about George Reeves, man. Born in 1914, and he died in 1959. We're going to get into that in a second, okay? Because this has my attention, man. For right now, I've just been really kind of, I guess you can say kind of bored, man, because I'm waiting for Man of Steel. Man of Steel is in 2015, and I'm absolutely bored out of my mind. So I started thinking, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to, first off, get back in with the good graces with Ben Affleck. And the reason why I say that is after Geely, I totally just stopped watching everything that Ben Affleck had to do. The only thing I watched recently was Argo, and then that movie The Town, and I think I rewatched like Clerks 2 or something like that, maybe some Dogma. But after Geely, I think I was really like, man, this guy is, I don't want to hear about him anymore. But then we fast forward to 2013, he gets cast as Batman in Superman vs. Batman. So I was thinking, I was like, wow, what's the reason behind Zack Snyder hiring Ben Affleck to play Batman, to be part of a superhero franchise again, knowing that Daredevil was so bad. Well, not bad to me, but I'm saying as far as poorly received by the public, and people just hated it so bad. Okay. So I started going through IMDb. I started looking online about a connection between Ben Affleck and Superman. And this happened. Check this is where it gets good, man. In June 28th, 2006, everybody should know that date. That's the Superman Returns date. That's when Superman returned to the film via Brandon Routh. He was on the big screen, okay? And yeah, it was poorly received. I loved it. I thought it was amazing, but obviously I have a biased opinion because I'm all things Superman. Well, if you fast forward, man, from July and you fast forward to September 8th, 2006, you come up with this movie called Hollywoodland. And Hollywoodland has a little something to do with Superman. And that happened in 2006. So 2006 was a pretty big year for Superman, with this movie called Hollywoodland that talks about the life and the death of George Reeves, okay? Like I said, I didn't know anything about George Reeves until I got wind of this Hollywoodland. And now it's a murder mystery because something happened to George Reeves with his death, surrounding his death. Some people believe he was murdered. Some people believe that he committed suicide. No one really knows. But I haven't had an opportunity to watch the movie yet, but I have it. I have it in my hands. That's the sound of it right there, Hollywoodland. But check this out. On the cover of Hollywoodland, listen to this. I'm just going to read a couple of names. Adrian Brody, Diane Lane, Ben Affleck, Bob Hoskins. Diane Lane, Ben Affleck. So this is where it gets kind of crazy, man, because for any of you you Man of Steel fans out there, okay, Man of Steel, you should know exactly where this is going, okay? You should know because, I mean, we're talking about Man of Steel, we're talking about Superman, and everybody should know, who starred inside of Man of Steel, the actors and the actresses, and you'll get to see that connection, man. So for me, it just kind of really trips me out, man, because Diane Lane, who plays Martha Kent in Man of Steel, check this out, man, played George Reeves' love interest, if you will, played Ben Affleck's love interest in Hollywoodland. So maybe, just maybe, this is how all this stuff, this is how Ben Affleck was put into this whole role, and cast into this whole entire series, because Diane Lane might have said something to Zack Snyder. Never know, man. But as soon as I get into watching this movie, which I'm going to start today, and I should have the podcast uploaded probably tonight, maybe tomorrow. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, man, about this George Reeves murder mystery. Research it. There should be some stuff in the description box. I got to get out of here because we're over time, and I'm probably going to lose this podcast.